Hi, everybody. Welcome to another update on the crypto market. As you've seen, a lot of price moves all over different crypto sectors and indexes. I thought it's time for a new update. So let's jump right into the charts. So what you see here is our Coin 50 index. So we reached new all-time highs after we've broke out from this nice bull flag. And I use this index always as a proxy for the whole crypto market. It's the top 50 tokens and crypto coins. And so you see we had a strong movement after the breakout, and we are near resistance level now with the old all-time highs. So, but I expect that after a short digestion here that we also can break this resistance level. Now, with the break to new highs for the Coin 50, it's not a surprise that when you look at our crypto sectors, that they are also quite strongly here. You see that Bitcoin, our Bitcoin benchmark rate, is the underperformer here. And that's normal in these altcoin rallies that the lower beta asset is underperforming. So our American Crypto Leaders Index, the MAGA 10, was best here with over 21%. So that's focused on US domiciled crypto protocols and especially XRP, Ripple, and XLM, Stellar Lumens were pretty strong, benefiting from this stablecoin hype and also from the approval for this Genius Act, which allows stablecoins to be regulated. Also, a classic beta sector is our meme coin category, our meme coin index with over 20%. That's normal in these altcoin rallies. And also our top 100 equal weight index, which is very often used by hedge funds as a proxy for altcoins, did quite well with almost plus 90%. So you can say the higher the beta, the better the performance, with the only exception maybe DeFi, which just did around 11%. Also, not a surprise is the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is the total crypto market cap divided by the Bitcoin market cap. And so finally, we left the 65% area and are now coming down strongly, very rapidly, which is also a sign for the broader participation of altcoins. Keep in mind that this doesn't mean that Bitcoin has to fall. It just means that in a rising bull market, the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin and hence the lower Bitcoin dominance. You also see that with the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio, so that's Ethereum denominated in Bitcoin. You need that in order for this broad altcoin participation. I said that last week. I think without Ethereum outperforming, we don't have a broad altcoin rally. And what also helped see ETH as a custodian for the stablecoins, that's a narrative. But we see more and more Ethereum treasury companies, similar to what you have with Bitcoin and MicroStrategy or Strategy. And that's an additional push for Ethereum here. Now, there's a lot of potential for upside here. What you see here is the total market cap x Bitcoin, x Ethereum, and stablecoins divided by Bitcoin. So whenever this ratio is going up, the rest of the market is outperforming besides Bitcoin and ETH. And so you see if this runs to the upside, it runs strongly, right? And so here, that's the current run we have. So we have seen nothing. And it remains to be seen if it's a broader rally or if that rally is sustainable. But if so, expect much more upside here. And also a similar story is our alt season indicator, which measures the percentage of assets outperforming Bitcoin over a 90-day period. You see we are around the 39% level. And the rally is getting hot and overstretched, so to say, whenever we reach towards the 80% level. So you see, we have some room left here. So that's already an encouraging sign for this broader altcoin rally and this broad crypto rally we are in at the moment. Also supportive is the positioning in Bitcoin futures. So what you see here is that commercial hedgers are record net long, which means that the speculators are net short. And just to remind you, commercial hedgers are the ones which have a core business in crypto and Bitcoin. So think of the miners, for example. And you see, whenever those guys are long, that's a very good sign for the Bitcoin price. And when the Bitcoin price goes up, altcoins are also allowed to shine. And this is also supported by flows to the Ethereum ETF. So we had the strongest one-day inflow ever in Ethereum of almost $800 million into the Ethereum ETFs, which is maybe also a rotation from Bitcoin to Ethereum, meaning investors want more risk, a higher beta asset. So all these things are pretty encouraging. I didn't mention the equity market. Commodities market is also still strong and supportive. The only thing I want to highlight here is that everyone is expecting rate cuts from the Fed. I highlight here that the bond market, however, is worried about inflation. So that's relative ratio tips against inflation-linked bonds against 10-year treasuries. And you see that this ratio is going up, meaning that tips are performing. So the bond market is not convinced that inflation is coming down or is cooling off. So that remains to be seen. It's not a problem as of now, but I think you have to monitor this, and maybe this could be a problem for Q4 if inflation really materializes to the upside again. But that's not a worry of now. As always, do your risk management. That's my personal opinion. No investment advice here, and see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.